All right. Hey, problem of the weekers. We have our problem for week 7. Few different strategies and interesting things that we need to do for this question. But the main thing that I guess you could get confused with is that we need to draw a diagram. Okay, so here's our question. We've got a train traveling at 30 kilometers per hour, reaches a tunnel which is 9 times as long as the train. If the train takes 2 minutes to completely clear the tunnel, how long is the train? Okay, so when we first think about this question, we can draw a tunnel, for example. Okay, so there's a tunnel. And then we've got a train. So the train's here, let's say. And then it travels through the tunnel to the other side. But what that misses out on is that the train's not just a point. The train has its own length. Okay, so if I represent with this box, for example, that train goes through the tunnel. So from there, through the tunnel, through the tunnel, through the tunnel, and then out the other side. Okay, so drawing it as a diagram, if we say that this is the train, and it's traveling all the way through until it completely clears. Okay, that's part of the question. Completely clears the tunnel. So that's the first part of the question we need to get our head around. So if you were the driver of the train, okay, let's say there's me, the driver, okay. The driver actually ends up not at the end of the tunnel, but at the end of the tunnel plus another train length. So the driver goes from here all the way to here. Okay. That takes 2 minutes. Okay, that's that part of the question. 2 minutes. Now, we also know that the train is traveling 30 kilometers an hour. Okay, so for the different color, we've got 30 kilometers per hour. So the train's traveling this direction at 30 kilometers per hour. Okay, last bit of the question. We know that the tunnel is 9 times as long as the train. So the tunnel is 9 times the train. Okay. And then there's another 1 train in front. So the driver goes 10 times the train. The driver moves 10 times the train. Okay. So here's another bit of the diagram. So again, a little bit neater. We're looking at 10 times the train length. And we're looking at in that that takes, go back up to the question, that takes 2 minutes. At 30 kilometers per hour. Okay, so let's call the total amount that the train travels d for distance. And we have a formula that we can use, which is that speed equals distance over time. Okay. Now, we know our speed is 30 kilometers per hour. We're trying to work out our distance, and we know our time is 2 minutes. But at the moment, when we compare our units, we've got hours and minutes. So we need to convert 2 minutes to hours. Easiest way to do that is a fraction. So we can say 30 kilometers per hour equals distance over 1/30th of an hour. Okay, if I just continue my work over this side, so I don't have to keep scrolling, we can now multiply both sides by 1/30th. Okay, so solving that equation. So multiply by 1/30th, multiply by 1/30th. That then gives us 1 equals D. Okay, now remembering that we've converted everything so that it's in kilometers per hour. So D is 1 kilometer. Okay, so that's the length that the train travels. Okay, the length of the train, though, is 1/10 of 1 kilometer. Okay, because we set up here that the distance is 10 times the train. So the opposite of that is that the length of the train is 1/10. Okay, that then must equal either 0.1 kilometers or 100 meters. Okay, which then gives us our final answer. All right, don't forget there's another question you can try, similar, where you have to draw a diagram. But otherwise, thanks for joining me.
Come on, Rocky, let's go.